Hello and welcome, this is GG Your Face, and now I'll be talking about game number 2 between MaDFroG and Satiini. MaDFroG is spawning as the red Zerg at the upper right hand corner, and Satiini is playing as the yellow Terran on the upper left hand corner. The map is Kulas Ravine, and there are a lot of Xel'Naga watchtowers all over the map. This is game number 2 in the EPS tournament between these two players. If you haven't seen game number 1, you should definitely watch it. It was one of the best Terran versus Zergs. I've seen a lot of very good tactics from both players, and we see both are going to be scouting, or will MaDFroG be putting down the early expansion? I really doubt he's going to expand here because it's very difficult for Zergs to hold this base, because this base is covered by this high ground, which can readily be dropped with tanks and a ton of other nasty stuff such as stores. So it's very difficult to defend this natural expansion. A lot of Zergs do like to expand over here, and we do see 16 drones, nothing down yet, no spawning pool. The barracks has recently gone up with the refinery for Satiini. The SCV will come in, and there is a hatchery going up before a spawning pool even. I think that was a 17 hatch. And some overlords hovering outside, and the drone was fighting that SCV, and still no spawning pool. He should be putting down a spawning pool really soon. A spawning pool is going down at the moment for MaDFroG, and MaDFroG is still inside the base of Satiini, still harassing those SCVs, and he might even get a kill here if he's not careful. Ooh, he actually almost lost his drone, and I think he will lose his drone once the Marine is spawned. The Marine is running backwards, and the drone actually grabs the extractor. Instead of losing 50 minerals, he actually lost a little bit more, but he will be able to delay Satiini a little bit. 2 hatcheries on the way, and there is 1 Marine, 1 SCV being produced. Overlords flying toward the middle of the map at the high ground. Very good location, because most of the time the Terran player can't shoot you, and ooh, the drone did cancel, and he's rebuilding that extractor. Very annoying for the Terran to deal with, because the Terran, if he's trying to tech up, he does not have an awful lot of units, and Marines are not the best choice of units to take down a building. And let's see if he cancels again over here, or will he let it build? And he's going to let it finish. I think he could have canceled it one more time if he wanted to, because that was actually really close to death. 2 hatcheries have been finished. Metabolic boost has been started, as well as the tech upgrade for the barracks. And another barracks going down. We do not see a starport. There's only 1 factory, 2 barracks. No starport just yet. Some couple of Zerglings, as well as metabolic boost being researched. Double hatcheries. This seemed like a very strange sight, but I guess it's very normal for MaDFroG, because he really likes the double hatchery per base. For his early first or second base, he really likes to do this a lot. And the Queen is working on the back destructible rocks, not doing too much damage, only about 3-4 digits per hit. Not very effective thing against the destructible rocks, the Queen. And immediately he's grabbing that second gas, and the second gas has been taken by Satiini. It looks like Satiini has 4 units on gas, or 1 just sitting there not doing anything. And the Marines are working on the back rocks. A Roach Warren has recently gone down for MaDFroG, and both players are still on 1 base. Both players thinking about taking their second base, and there are Zerglings on these control towers, giving MaDFroG a lot of vision of the map. 1 SCV is going to come in, and I think MaDFroG will be able to pick it off with this 1 Queen, or maybe not. He will be able to see there is a Roach Warren, and that he's getting lair tech for his units, and one of the drones do come off the line to finish that 1 SCV that was inside the base. A starport has been completed, and he's going to build a medevac. Medevac drops are very effective on this map, because there's a lot of closed off regions. It's very difficult for units, especially ground units, to chase medevacs, because medevacs are pretty quick, and they allow you to transport a lot of units very quickly, and also to heal them up constantly. The lair tech is about to be finished, and there's going to be 1 Hellion coming in to harass. A lot of high level players like to send in 1 or 2 units that would want to make you overreact to it. And let's see if he gets any drone kills here. There are no drone kills yet. A lot of drones on low HP, but no kills that one time for that only 1 Hellion. I think if he sent maybe a little bit more, he could have taken a couple of drones down with those shots. And the 1 medevac fully loaded with the Marines is flying across the map toward the base of MaDFroG. And MaDFroG doesn't actually have anything to spot it at the moment, so he's going to have a not that great of a reaction time to this drop, I think, because all of his units are working on the back rocks. As we see, the medevac is coming inside, and he's gonna drop off, and the units are still in the back. And I think he sees us at the edge map, and his units are coming around, and ooh, he gets actually a couple of Zerglings, and he's gonna lose one Marine, and a second Marine goes down. Let's see if he loses medevac. He's running the medevac away from the Queens. Not a bad exchange there, but he wasn't able to do it as well because MaDFroG just reacted very quickly. Adrenal, the glial constitution is being researched for the roaches, even though there aren't that many roaches. Additional Zerglings being produced, and an overseer wanted to come in to see exactly what's going on. There is 3 barracks, 1 starport, and 1 command center, as well as 1 factory. And these units still working on the back rocks. The back rocks for MaDFroG has finished, as he does have a little bit more Zerglings and a couple of roaches. They're running across the map, and there is 1 medevac checking for overlords, perhaps, or just seeing the overall layout of the map to see if there's any hidden expansions. While these units are in the back, these Zerglings are going to try to take down this tech lab, but I don't think they're going to be able to, as the medevac, along with a couple of Marines and the Marauder, will be able to come back to defend. A couple of SCVs coming to repair that supply depot, and they're also staying here just in case anything should happen. The medevac is still at the lower left hand position, not doing too much, and the lair is being morphed into and they're working on the back rocks. In the meantime, some of the Marines are going to kill off this overlord to the side. Hatchery is being built, and we see the command center is lifting. At the same time, the Zerg player, MaDFroG, has recently finished the back rocks, and there's actually 1 changeling here for MaDFroG. He's actually have the full vision, and Marines are being dropped, but they will get picked up once again, and this command center is forced to lift once again. And MaDFroG has recently taken his hatchery and has finished, and he's getting some upgrades for his units, and we see Satiini has not yet actually finished his back rock, so he can't get in. And MaDFroG, maybe not realizing that he's coming in with STEM, he's going to run back and leaving a changeling on the high ground, seeing exactly what's going on with that changeling. And the changeling does go down. A couple of infestors being produced, and a lot of overlords being perhaps rallied to the wrong point. I don't know if this is the best play for overlords. You don't want to dangle them in front of your opponents like that, or maybe he does. There's 1 hatchery, 2 hatchery, 3 hatcheries, and the 4th hatchery going up at the gold. And this command center is going to skip the natural expansion on the high ground and go for the gold. And it's becoming a planetary fortress. Very, very good idea. There are a couple of missile turrets being placed down by Satiini, and these units are working on the side rocks. This is very annoying for a Zerg player. You should definitely take these set of rocks down, so it allows you to have access to the high ground around here, because here's where all the siege tanks and the Thoras would get ready to pummel at your base. So it's very important that you take away the side. And I think Satiini is thinking about the same thing, but I think he might think twice if he sees that this is empty. And yes, he has stopped attacking it. Bailing's Nest is being constructed because MaDFroG does see a lot of infantry, and those infantry don't stand too great a chance against a very, very good, well-placed Bailing drop. Couple of queens here and there. If we take a look at the army count, both players very, very close, about 72 to 83, relatively close, and there is a lot of Zerglings and infestors. If we take a look at the unit count, there is not that many roaches. Marine heavy, some Marauders, a couple of medevacs, 2 medevacs here with some units inside of them, 3 Marauders, and a lot of Marines. They might be thinking of doing a drop. A lot more Zerglings just spawned recently, and they're actually moving around the middle of the map, which is a perfect time for Satiini to harass, and he's going to drop off at the same location again, and I think he's might be able to catch MaDFroG out of position. All of his units are in the middle of the map. Meanwhile, inside the base, he's going to try to take down this infestation pit, and he might be able to. He's stemming, and some of the Bailings are coming over, and will be able to not actually take out anything that time. A bunch of Zerglings do show up, and it does save the infestation pit. And a fungal growth goes off on the medevacs. They can't do anything, and they're just dying. And these infested Terrans are able to shoot them down. Very, very nice counter play there by MaDFroG. A couple of tanks at the high ground for Satiini. The siege tech has not yet finished. It's about to be finished. And he does have infantry weapon level 1, I think, almost complete as well, as he just recently started the vehicle plating weapon. The vehicle attack, not the plating weapon. 2 evolution chamber is being placed as MaDFroG is thinking about getting upgrades as well. 4 bases for the Zerg player, MaDFroG, whereas the Terran player has only 3 bases. If we take a look at each person's perspective, Satiini doesn't actually see all 4 of the bases, and MaDFroG doesn't actually see 2 of the bases for Satiini. That is gonna go up very soon. So both players not seeing exactly what's going on inside each other's base. 1-1 upgrades, 1 weapon for infantry, 1 weapon for the vehicles are being completed at this time for Satiini, and a bunch of Zerglings moving out. There's one SCV scouting the map for additional Zerg bases. And these Mullahs are deterred by the missile turrets, and I think he's pulling off some infestors and 1 Zergling. He's going to use that 1 Zergling to lure the tank fire. He might be able to try to get some fungal growth off here, and he loses 2 infestors almost immediately. 3 infestors. That is a heavy price to pay for a couple of SCVs, but he does manage to stop a little bit of the production, and he's also going to lose 1 Kulas. That is not a very good harass, but it was a good idea. If he could have brought a couple of more Zerglings, that would have been super effective. He only brought 1 Zergling that time. Taking a look around the base, we see 2 factories, about 4 barracks, and only 1 starport. And Satiini has expanded to lower left hand, whereas MaDFroG has expanded to his natural expansion directly outside his base. So it's about 5 bases versus 4 bases almost. 2 bases being constructed, so it's actually about 3 versus 2 at the moment. And this base has become operational very recently, and these Zerglings are thinking about harassing, and there's a good unit chunk right here. If he can get a good fungal growth off, he might be able to take off a good chunk of the infantry. He does not want to engage inside of the siege tank's range, and these infantries are a little bit out of the siege tank's range, and he's going to come in and maybe pick off some units, and the Mullah's actually not doing anything over there. Very, very fine control here by Satiini. 1-1 upgrade for melee attack as well as armor is being researched by MaDFroG, while the Terran player Satiini does already have 1-0 for both his vehicles and his infantry. This Mullah's coming in, sniping off 1 Marine. This 1 drone wanted to take a base at the lower left-hand position, but was unable to. A lot of Zerglings meeting over here, and he's going to try to take down this command center. In the meantime, the Terran player is moving out, and these Zerglings will be met with a lot of tanks and Marines. Fungo goes off, and Zerglings are working on these tanks, and he does cream all of them. Wow, that is a very, very well-placed fungal growth, and nice around by the Zerglings. And he will be able to clean up that 1 Thor that was slightly out of position. A lot of Zergling is being produced by MaDFroG at the moment, as Zerg is very, very good macro race, especially when you have a lot of bases. Holy, there has been a lot more bases just been recently set up by MaDFroG. 1 over here, 1 over here, 1 over here.